We are the life on the blue planet. A planet in constant development where human innovations are supposed to lead to a better future. But there are some things that don't seem as promising. Our electricity grids, water and sewage networks are overburdened. And as the population grows larger, the health of the cities decrease and the planet becomes less blue. We need to address this burden and build homes that are independent from the common networks, and start aiming for off-grid solutions within cities as well. This is Jönköping, but it might as well have been any other city, because if our concept works here, it can work just about anywhere in the world. Here, we are planning to build apartment blocks for approximately 120 people. The unique aspect of these buildings is that they are completely self-sufficient in both energy, water and sewage. We call this concept Yeah. And it's based on multiple tried and tested subsystems and technologies that cooperate. In this concept, the building envelope will keep a level of isolation that is at least equivalent to that of a nearly zero energy building. We prefer wooden houses, but you can use just about any construction technology. The main energy source will come from solar panels, which will be placed on both the roof and facades. The extracted energy will be stored in batteries that power the house. Some functions in the house can be run by direct current, and others need 230-volt alternating current. When solar panels get overheated, they lose efficiency and shorten their lifespan. To avoid this, we cool them down using liquid, and once the liquid warms up, we can use the thermal energy in other aspects of the house, and the solar panels remain efficient and last longer. The hydrogen system stores energy from summer to winter. When the batteries are fully loaded, the excess energy gets transported to an electrolyzer, which splits water into oxygen and hydrogen. The process gives us a hot water flow of 65 degrees and additional energy for the house. The hydrogen gas is compressed and stored in tanks. During the colder half of the year, when the solar panels won't supply as much energy, the hydrogen gas will be transported to a fuel cell. Adding oxygen will create a chemical reaction inside the fuel cell, and the stored energy will come out as electricity. Water is used to cool the process. The electricity gets transferred to the batteries, and the house gets a hot water flow of 55 degrees. Any excess electricity or hydrogen gas can be used to fuel vehicles. 80 to 90% of the water supply comes from rainfall. All stormwater from the buildings and the lot will be collected in a pond, which acts as a water storage. The water is led through a sand filter before it continues into the building's purification center. This is also where the warm grey water from the house gets purified. In the purification process, we use mechanical filters that remove particles down to 0.01 micron, as well as advanced oxidation process and an after-treatment with UV light. We now have clean water of 30 degrees circling in the building. The conductivity of the grey water is measured continuously, and any water that is considered too dirty is momentarily transferred to the toilet drain. By purifying and recircling the grey water, we save up to 90% of the water consumption. In order to achieve a pleasant water temperature, we heat the water to 45 degrees. This saves approximately 75% of the energy used to heat water. Because of the water's purity levels, no biofilm can be formed in the pipelines. This way, we avoid Legionella despite the water only being heated to 45 degrees. But when it comes to drinking water in our kitchens and bathrooms, we don't really want a temperature of 30 degrees. And cooling purified grey water is a waste of energy. So instead, cool drinking water is collected from a well, which also acts as a backup if we run out of rainwater. The collected rainwater also supplies us with toilet water. The purification of the black water is based on biomimetics, which is similar to the natural cycle. The toilet water is transported to a biological purification center, completely free from chemicals. The first stop in the purification center is an oxygen desufficient tank, where microbes clean the water, to such a good level that we don't need any sludge emptying. Next, the water is pumped into a heavily oxygenated tank, where flow, plants, root systems and bugs finish the purification. As opposed to nature, this process only takes 12 hours. The final product is clear, drinkable water, but we only use it to flush, again and again and again. The heat pump is the heart of the heating system. The house generates large flows of thermal, liquid-borne energy. The solar panels generate a flow of 20 to 40 degrees in the summer. During the warm half of the year, the electrolyzer generates 65 degrees, and during the colder half, the fuel cell generates 55 degrees. The recirculation of the grey water sustains at 30 degrees. During the summer, we will get an excess of thermal energy which we can save till winter. The energy is saved in a geothermal layer underneath the house, where it's stored in rock flour and collected through a thin pipe with liquid. The amount of thermal energy makes it a given to use liquid-borne floor heating in the apartments. In order to have a good and healthy indoor climate, ventilation is perhaps the most important function. During millions of years, termites have developed a natural ventilation system, which has been our inspiration. The outdoor air is led into a slow flow through the ground. During the winter, the cold air gets heated by the ground, and during the summer, the warm air gets cooled by the ground. This gives us a constant flow of 14 to 16 degree air into the house. The air culvert is about 2 meters in diameter. This gives us a slow flow, and all particles down to 0.4 micron land at the bottom of the culvert. Gravity filtrates the air and removes dirt and allergy-causing particles in a natural manner. The culvert only needs vacuuming once every other year. To ensure a constant slow flow, we install an axial fan where the air can enter the basement. The thermal air is led through a canal to every apartment. The temperature in the apartment is balanced between the air inlet, people, heat-generating devices, and the floor heating. Because of the air inlet's constant temperature of 14 to 16 degrees, we won't need any cooling in the summer. The relative humidity will automatically become a very healthy 30 to 70%. With termite-inspired ventilation, we can avoid dry air during the winter, which gives us a healthier indoor climate. The used heated air leaves the apartment through natural extraction. Smart bathroom and kitchen fans can be used where the air needs enforcement. Compared to a modern, highly effective FTX ventilation system, the energy consumption will be halved. The YEAR concept is a self-sufficient building that does not burden the already overburdened common networks. The YEAR concept can make a difference in our lives, a difference to our climate, and a difference to our still blue planet. The concept is thought out and assembled by Yellon, but it would not have been possible without the expert groups and institutions involved.